How many of you walk around telling everybody the truth? Pretty hard to do, isn't it? What will they think about me? What will they say about me? I have a shirt on that's just a representation of things that we've maybe dealt with or are dealing with. It's a reminder of things that happen in our lives. These are a lot of the same things that were taken to the cross on our behalf by Christ. And we have to remember that this is not who we are. That we have a place where we can go where the great physician is waiting to heal us with his grace. With his grace. But the truth be told, we don't want to tell anybody, even God, about our lives, do we? There's so much shame and guilt, yet in Christ that does not exist. He says, I came for the sick. Those who are well have no need of a physician. I came to you who were sick, who were struggling. That's who he came for. And so today we convert our sanctuary into a hospital room, a place for the sick, the sinners, the prodigals. And we have some patients here that need some help. And so this morning, we're going to see if we can do a little bit of healing. So, Mr. Prodigal, Rob Gemmen, the doctor's ready to see you now.
Good luck, Rob.
I've been here before.
Well, good morning, Mr. Gemmen. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm doing pretty good.
Really? Then what are you doing in the hospital?
Well, I'm not even sure that this is where I should be. My wife told me I had to come.
She probably even made your appointment, right?
Yeah, it was not convenient either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here I am. So I think I'm doing pretty good, like I said.
Okay. All right.
There's some stuff. I got things, that I'm dealing with a little bit, I guess, but.
You know what, Rob? We all have things we deal with. And so if you want me to help you, you're going to have to share a little bit about what you're dealing with. I know that it's embarrassing. I know that you don't want anybody to think different of you. I know that those are the kinds of things that happen, but it's time to kind of just, if you really want to get to the healing, you're going to have to go through the pain of sharing what's really going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same thing my wife said too.
Do I know her?
Yeah, there's, really, I'm pretty good at taking care of things myself. So, I don't know how much help I need. I think I kind of got it. I don't know, when stuff comes up, I know people, I got people that can help me with stuff. I just take care of it. And, God's there, but God's kind of over here in my life. And then, all the other stuff, God doesn't need to be involved in all of that, because, I know he's there when I really, really need him, but I don't like to bother him with all the stuff that I go through every day and the things that are going on with that.
So would you consider your God like a 911 God, calling him when I need him?
Well, yeah. I know he's out there and he's taking care of stuff and keeping things in order, and God helps those who help themselves, and here I am, right? So, he gave me all the opportunities and the abilities, and, you just gotta keep your nose to the grindstone and it'll all come out all right.
And how's that working for you?
Well, like I said, there's always stuff, but, I don't know, sometimes a few beers after work will help things along a little bit, and, you relax a little and kind of just chuck that away a bit, and I don't know, like I said, It's going pretty well. I think it's, well, I don't know, sometimes people say I have a few too many beers, you know, I mean, you start with a couple and then, yeah, I don't know, sometimes things get out of control, but.
But no, I thought you were a man under control.
Well, I guess mostly, yeah.
Fair enough. Sometimes things get out of control without even realizing. How often does this happen?
Well, I've kind of noticed that, you know, the more you do that kind of thing, the more you have a beer here and there. Now it seems to be, I enjoy maybe the drinking part more than the stuff that I do when I'm drinking. But I don't know, it's like I say, I think it's still manageable. It's not a huge deal.
How's your work going?
Oh, the work is fine. I make sure I keep that in order, and that's all right where it should be. There's places for everything.
I know, yeah. How about your marriage?
Well, I think my wife understands. She's pretty cool with all of it. Sometimes she gets a little grumpy at me, but I think she wants me to work harder.
You don't think she has any frustration over you and your drinking?
Well, I think she has to understand that everybody needs something in their life like that to, you know, relieve the stress and take care of things. And like I said, I don't want to bother God with all that little stuff and the stuff that I have to go through all the time. He's out there doing his thing too.
How's your relationship with your kids?
Yeah, I think they know I love them, and they can see that I care.
Okay. Anything else you might want to share about that? I'm starting to see a picture.
Well, I mean, I think it's important that you provide. So, I mean, I miss some of their stuff, and, you know, once in a while they have things going on, and I don't know, that's kind of why my wife is there too, you know? I mean, that's her deal. She takes care of that part of it. And again, you know, I got that stress part, and I got to take care of that. So, hey, if that means stopping at the bar for a few drinks, sometimes that turns into a couple hours, and there's been a few times when I've missed some stuff with the kids, and, you know, but again, they need to understand that too. When they get older, they'll understand.
And you pray by then it's not too late. But, you know what, Rob? That's why you're here. I appreciate you being a bit honest with us on that, and I do think that you have quite a prideful spirit, and you're a little bit in denial of some of it. But I think I've heard enough to say that I can give you a diagnosis, if you will, and it's called Compartment Syndrome. And you seem to compartmentalize your life. And God's in this compartment, your marriage is in this compartment, your work is here, your family's here, and God is not in all of these. God is here, and Rob, because he's prideful and control, he comes here. And when things get out of control, instead of going to God, you have a way of finding it in the alcohol.
I thought that was how it works.
I understand. But the only way that I'm going to get you the help you need is by sending you to the great physician. And that healer God, he's a specialist. He's a specialist in grace. He's called a graceologist. And he will help you. Because he is Jehovah Rapha, healer God. And he is available to heal. And so we're going to send you over to him. But I think that, you know, he's going to prescribe for you some grace, a whole lot of grace. And I don't know if you know what grace is, but by the time you spend time with Jesus, you're going to know what grace is all about. So I'm going to have you hang out here. I'll get the referral written, and I'll be back. All right?
Sounds good.
All right.